back to another episode of Kaleido's Good News. How are you doing this week? I thought that we could start this week's good news with some little pieces of history. 85 years ago this week, the animated Disney film Fantasia, which was conceived and produced by Walt Disney himself, was released. It was only Disney's third animated film, and it starred Mickey Mouse. Have you seen this old classic? In Fantasia, there is no speaking, and instead the film has 8 pieces of music. Since then, Disney have made so many amazing movies, from The Little Mermaid to Lady and the Tramp, Cinderella, Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, Sleeping Beauty, and so much more. What's your favourite Disney film? Going back even further in time, 169 years ago this week, Big Ben made its first big outside the Palace of Westminster, and it's been chiming every day since. Happy 169th birthday, Big Ben! Now, where in the world would you like to go? Florida? Tenerife? Australia? Have you ever thought about visiting Egypt? Because now there's even more reason to. A $1 billion museum has been built to show the finest of ancient Egypt artefacts and has finally opened after more than 20 years of planning and building. The museum is packed with over 100,000 artefacts covering 7,000 years of the country's incredible history. The museum even displays the tomb of the boy king Tutankhamun. So, if you like ancient Egypt, you have just got to add Egypt's Grand Museum to your bucket list. Have you ever written a message and put it in a bottle? Well, in Western Australia, a bottle was seen bobbing on the water. When a woman called Debbie Brown found the bottle, she thought it was rubbish. But then she saw that there were 2 letters inside. These letters were written in 1916 by 2 soldiers during World War I, and the letters are now 109 years old. Amazingly, they're still readable. And what's even more amazing is that Debbie took to social media to see if she could find the families of the soldiers. And guess what? She found them. One of the soldiers' great-nephews said, "It's been unbelievable. It's brought us all closer together. It really has." Another family member said, "It really does feel like a miracle." Well, maybe one day you should write a message in a bottle. Who knows? It might be found in 100 years' time. And finally, a baby flamingo escaped from Paradise Park Wildlife Sanctuary in Cornwall 2 weeks ago. Everyone who worked at the sanctuary was very worried indeed, and they sent out a search party, but they couldn't find Frankie the flamingo anywhere. But do not worry, because despite Frankie only being a baby, she has been spotted in France. She flew all the way to France from England and is fit and healthy and living in the French wild. So if you ever see her, make sure to say, "Bonjour, Frankie!" Isn't it just amazing? Well, that's all from me this week, folks. Remember that you can send in your good news to us at any point using the email address below. I hope you have a fantastic week and see you next week for some more good news. Bye!